All right. Hi, everybody. Very good evening. I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. Hi, Kuntal. Hi, Shwetang. Hi, Anupam, everybody. Can you hear me, guys? Can you just say yes in the comment section so that I can get to know that you can see me and hear me well so that accordingly I can start my webinar? And I can see a lot of people are already waiting. So, guys, just quick yes or no on the comment section, on the chat section. You can just tell me. Okay, I've started getting yes. Perfect. All right. So I guess everybody's pumped up and excited to see our guest speaker. I know you all have already seen our guest, who is like already working in the Microsoft. I've again bought her again in the webinar. Why? Because we are getting an amazing response. People are loving it. People are able to get their queries solved. So again, as I promised in the Coding Invaders webinar, I've bought again our guest speaker who is in Microsoft, and she's a data and applied scientist at Microsoft. So for sure, this webinar is going to be a very amazing for you all, and I'll make sure to answer each and everybody's questions. Okay, so moving ahead, I just wanted to know, guys, like if you are already ready, then please invite your friends as well who have not joined yet. Okay, and I'll just wait for a couple of few seconds to see exactly that how many people are more joining, and invite your friends if they are also confused about their career and they're curious about this data analyst field, so that we can have a healthy time over here and we can make this particular webinar a successful webinar for everybody. All right, moving ahead, guys. Just wanted to know, first of all, you all individually, so you can tell me, guys, like from where you are, what's your name, and what exactly from which how old are you, and from which city you are in, so that I can get to know that which region is basically more over here. So that's what I wanted to see first. So guys, you can tell me from which city you are right now, so that I can check that are you from. Some people is from Balia, some okay 35. That's great. Every age range people are welcome over here because there's no age criteria in this particular profession. But just wanted to know the Mumbai, Chhattisgarh. So it seems Srinagar. Wow, and oh my God, Nasik, Lucknow. Everybody's okay. That's great. Bangalore, working as a senior QA, having 6 years of experience. Amazing. I'm really happy whenever I see an experienced people are also there. So it will be great to have their questions and get it answered, because it will definitely going to help juniors also. So from all over the India, I can see the people have joined in. That's great. Without wasting any time, guys, I'll just move ahead and I'll tell you about myself. I'm really very excited and overwhelmed that everybody is so responsive and everybody is giving their responses, and somebody have joined from Dubai also. So let's make this webinar a productive one and let's take it ahead. So guys, this is Amir Akhtar. I'm 26-year-old and I'm from Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. And by graduation, I did a mechanical engineering. By the way, I have overall 5 years of experience in edtech, and I have helped more than 200 people to find a job in a data analytics. And I'll be the person. I have invited our guest. We both will be interacting with you all and helping you to find out the right answer, that how you can switch from non-IT to IT, or how you can learn everything about data analytics from scratch, even if you don't know the C of the coding or anything, or even if you are into this particular thing, how you can master it and get a salary hike for sure. Moving ahead, I hope, like, if you want to connect me, you can see the link is in there into the chat section. You can just you know message me, and accordingly I can interact with you and help you all. Okay, moving ahead. Uh, yes, so I just want to tell you guys that this particular webinar is we are conducting this particular masterclass in support of our course, which is the Data Analyst course from a Coding Invaders. So you can have a look for sure. I'll be sharing you the link or everything. So this particular masterclass we are organizing in a support of our Data Analyst course. All right, so moving ahead, let me tell you about the Coding Invaders. So Coding Invaders is like the platform where we help all the non-IT people to get into IT and to learn from scratch to an advanced level, and to get their first IT job as a data analyst. So already, as if I'll talk about our records, so we have already transformed more than 22,000 learners. Already we have trained 100 plus companies employee, and we have more than 90% of placement records, and we are able to help the people to get a salary hike from 30% to 400%, and we have learners like not only in India but all across the globe. So this is something a brief about the Coding Invaders. More on this at the end of this particular masterclass. You will be getting to know for sure. Moving ahead, just wanted to know and just wanted to understand, guys, just because you guys have figured out your precious time over here. So, as I respect your time, I just wanted to know that what exactly the main reason you are here. You can see the three options are there into the screen. That you are here just to listen this webinar. You can just comment one. If you are just here to want to buy a course, or you're looking for a course to study and master and get a job, then you can comment two. Or if you are the person who is already into this field and wanted to expand your horizon and wanted to get more expertise, you can just comment down three. I'll get to understand that how much, like what sort of bunch of people we have, so that accordingly I can derive the conversation so that it should be beneficial for you. So as I can see the polls, the majority number of the people are wanted to study and looking for the courses, and the second highest is already studying and wanted to expand the horizon. To all the people who are looking for the courses, please take your questions, be ready, and let's solve all the questions and answer and take a decision right away. And to all the people who are already studying, I would request you all to give amazing questions to us so that we can help others as well and help you as well to master this particular field. And to all the people who are just listening, you can just observe very closely and interact with the guest speaker to understand how beautiful this field is. All right. So moving ahead, guys, thank you for your response. I'm really happy that you guys are very responsive, and thank you for your response. Moving ahead. So, what exactly we will learn in this particular masterclass? What exactly the things have been planned? So, Dipshika and Shotank, everybody is like very concerned about their problem that I have this much gap or something. I can understand, and please keep these questions with you, and definitely Q&A session will come at the end. I will definitely pick up your name, guys, and I will try to put your questions in the front of guest, and we can get it solved. So stay connected till the end. So what exactly I was saying is, like, in this particular webinar, we will make sure to derive the webinar to learn everything from scratch. So we will understand that who is data analyst, by the way, and how to become a data analyst, and how to build a successful career out of a data analyst. So these three major questions that we will try to first of all figure out: that who is data analyst, what sort of a job or role they do, and how you can also become, and how you can build a successful career out of it. So these major pointers you will learn in this particular masterclass. So I would request you guys to keep your excitement with you and stay till the end. I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna have this amazing masterclass with the beautiful, well explained answers with an experienced person from Microsoft. All right. And also you will get to ask question to your speaker. And the best part is you will also get a certificate of participation, that yes, you have participated in the Coding Invaders Masterclass to learn the data analytics from scratch to an employment level. And also to all the people who will be staying till the end will definitely get a special offer for DA courses if they feel that yes, this is something which I was looking for. This is something which is like the main solution to my problem, and this is something where I was just thinking to do it. Then yes, we will make sure that we will utilize this time and convert into a beautiful opportunity as a sort of a fee waiver or an offer for you, so that you can take your actions accordingly. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up. Moving ahead about for the webinar, and let's get started about it. All right. So before we start, just wanted to remind you guys again that in this particular contest, one of you will for sure win this premium courses of data analytics from a Coding Invaders for free. In this particular webinar itself, I'll announce the winner. And so I would request you all guys that all the people to stay till the end, and the link is into the chat section. You can say I have attached. You can just go to the link and enter your details and just come back again so that I can start with talking with our guest speaker. And for sure, in front of you guys, in just after a few minutes, I will announce the winner who will be winning this premium 6.5 months of data analyst course with the job guaranteed policy, with an agreement for free. And to all the people who have participated till the end, they will also get a participation certificate. Also, they will be getting a discount offer and a fee waiver offer for sure. So stay till the end, guys, and I'll just wait for 5-10 second more. You have the link in the chat section. Please enter it. Meanwhile, I'll just bring the guest over here in just few seconds. So give me a thumbs up if you have registered already. So I'll just move ahead to initiate the conversation with the guest speaker. All right, give me a thumbs up, guys, if you are done with the registration so that we can start accordingly. Perfect. So here's our guest speaker, Shailja. Shailja is from the Microsoft. So I won't say much now. So I would request Shailja that please give your introduction to the audience, because audience is really very much interested to interacting with you and they were quite very excited. Move, it's up to you now. Go ahead.
Thanks, Amir, for the quick introduction. So, hey everyone, I see a lot of questions from everyone. Stay assured, I'll be answering all of those. Starting with my introduction. So, I am Shailja Mishra, and I'm currently working as a data and applied scientist at Microsoft. Before this, I was working as a data engineer at Fractal Analytics. So this is kind of a brief about me, and here I am to answer all your questions, to help you with the roadmap and resources part, that what you need to get into data domain.
All right.
Then yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we wanted to know about your education qualification as well, how you came.
Surely. So going back to my bachelor's, so I did my graduation from Banastali Vidyapeeth. That's a women university in Jaipur. So I did BTech in computer science, and I passed out in 2020. And in 2020, I joined Fractal Analytics, which is an AI-based company. So there I was working as a data engineer. So I worked around for 2 years at that company. And later I now switched to Microsoft, and here I'm working as a data and applied scientist. So that is my career trajectory, starting from data engineering to data scientist.
That's great. That's great. I guess, guys, like you're excited. You can see that, like basically, whenever I interact with Shailja, I always feel that somewhere the feels the journey is quite same, but just because of the little more effort, little more seriousness, Shailja is doing quite well in her life. So let's dive into more and ask some more question so that we all can, make our life equally better, like Shailja for sure. So, Shalja, just one thing I wanted to know, because I follow you on LinkedIn and I see your post over the LinkedIn. I find that a lot of good content you always post, and with day to day learnings and everything. And I always see your podcast as well. So, just wanted to know if you can help our audience that what exactly the basic 5 rules that you have implemented, that now you're into the Microsoft. Can you please share to everybody so that they can also follow the same?
Sure, Amir. So the 5 rules of success, I would say, basically my 5 rules which I follow. So first one would be that, like I mentioned here also, that basics are very important in everyone's life. That is what I think, and that is what I incorporate in my life. I think if you cannot become a good any role, it can be data engineer, data scientist, software engineer, any domain you're working in, any organization you're working in, you cannot become a pro at that until you are very much confident and strong in terms of basics. So that is very rightly said by everyone, that basics form a very good foundation to everyone. And after interviewing with a lot of good companies, which everyone aspires for, this is also a common thing that I got to know, that even companies also focus on the foundation parts, on the basics part. So the very first thing in learning journey or getting good job or all of these things, I think the first step should be to focus on the basics. Second thing is, have a structured plan to learn something. And if you want to master something, have a structured plan, have a structured approach, and have a fixed target. In order to get going, it's not necessary that you need to acquire all of the skills. And I see a rat race of people that I learn everything, then only I get a job. It is not there. You have to get this understanding that what are the skills which are required, and then focus and have a dedicated roadmap to get those. After that, and a lot of many people say about that thing, that confidence is surely the key. So suppose you have all the knowledge, you have focused on the basics, you have a good plan, you have a master plan, you have learned everything, but until you're able to communicate that with the other person, it is of no use. So knowledge, until it's communicated, it doesn't create an impact. So yeah, the communication and the confidence is another very important factor that everyone should take into account. And like I said, everything, if planned, works very better rather than going for a vague roadmap. Always have a planned schedule that I'll do this, then I'll learn this, then I'll go for this. So this actually helps in effort management as well as time management, and one can actually see the progress that happens when one follows a particular path. And very last, and I would think that one of the very important point is you have to stay motivated no matter what. One failure, two failures would not should not take you down, considering that mera to hona hi nahi hai. It's not necessary that everyone gets a good role in one chance or n number of chances. You have to get going until you get there. That's my funda.
That's really nice. That beautifully explains the five rules of our success, guys. It's very simple. If I'll just use only five words: basics, structure, confidence, plan, and motivation. So more on this, we will be deep diving and understanding that how we can implement this. So one thing just wanted to ask, which is like generally it's my problem, but still I feel there's a lot of other people have the same problem. Whenever I see a webinar like this, whenever I come and interact with the guests, like I feel very motivated. Okay, now I will do this, I'll crack, and I will also get a job like Shailja. But I never used to maintain this motivation till my fifth or sixth month to cover up all the skills and everything. So, what exactly you did to maintain this motivation till fourth, fifth, month continuously?
In my case, that is actually very good question, Amir, because this is something everyone faces
Yeah.
in their career or in their preparation journey. But my point of motivation every day when I wake up, I just remind myself what is my goal. If I'm aiming to join this particular company for this particular role, then this goal has to be reminded to me by anyone or by my own self. That depends. But every day when I wake up, I have to remind myself that I'm learning this thing because I want to reach here. So this was my motivation. Then continuous learning added to that. But yeah, that's how I used to motivate myself in my preparation journey.
Exactly. Setting up the goal, guys, and realizing again and again and showcasing and telling us that this is something I have to do before we start our day. Then only we can be in a structure with confidence to plan and go ahead. Right, guys? Moving ahead, and now I'll have one very basic questions just to understand everything. Guys, like I'll make this webinar to very scratch level so that everybody can understand and redefine what exactly the data analyst is. So the one question that I wanted to understand from you so that I can get everything from this masterclass is like who is data analyst, by the way, like what exactly their goals are and what sort of a task they do. Just wanted to know, can you just tell us that who is data analyst?
Sure, sure. Again, one of the most asked questions because people are not very well aware of the concept of data analyst. We'll try to explain this using a very layman language, not technical jargons. So when we see the word data analyst, so if we divide the word into two parts, it's about analyzing the data in a very, very simple term if I explain. So the work of a data analyst in an MNC or in a startup, it depends, is firstly the companies are dealing with data. When we say data, data is of huge, huge size. So we are dealing with big data. Specifically now when everything has changed into digital, now the amount of data that companies are processing has increased very much. And so is the reason the demand for these jobs are also increasing. So the work of a data analyst is to analyze the data that the companies are getting and then come up with information, then come up with suggestions for the business to run further, for the sales to grow more, and all of these things. So, like for example, if a company is selling 10 products, and this is the data the company is getting by selling those 10 products and giving it to the data analyst, then data analyst will get the details of the sales of those 10 products, analyze the data, understand the trend that okay, this is why the sales is going more or less, these are the factors we should consider, and come up with an analysis using multiple tools. We'll surely talk about that. But yeah, at the end the goal is to understand the data that it has and come up with an analysis that will help the business to grow and come up with suggestion that okay, do this thing so that sales grows. So all these kind of analysis that happens on data is done by data analyst in any good company.
All right, that's perfect. And I can see that one thing I wanted to ask, like the way you said analyzing data. So I got some few pointers. So when it comes to analyzing data, so it can be the job for an HR also who is also analyzing data of employees, salaries, performance, and it can be a job for a logistic company to analyze the data of the customer reviews. It can be a job of a chartered accountant who is maintaining a data of transactions, and it can be a e-commerce which is already well defined and everything, right? So it means that it what I understood from your words, that the scope is huge. Basically the scope is very much, and it is not only something that if I will learn all this skill set, or I will just try to get into this, then mang or fang is only the field. But yes, like I can explore the whole field. Like, I mean, what I concluded is every field or every department need this particular thing. Am I correct?
Surely, surely. You actually got it very right, Amir. So every department, you mentioned about HR, you mentioned about CA, go to automobile, any industry if you pick, any department if you pick, the
Mm-hmm.
demand for data analyst is way too much because everyone is getting some amount of data that surely depends upon the role. The HR will get a different kind of data. Automobile people will be processing a different kind of data. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end, the aim is to get those data and analyze it. So is the demand of data analyst in every domain, in every organization.
Understood. I got it. I got it. So it's a need for everything. So I guess like data analyst is not something which is now which is coming in recognition. It was already, but now people are able to recognize it. So like you said, two three keywords you used and said that how to measure the sales, how to see the business things and everything. So what do you think that like why it is very important for a business to need a data analyst? Like, can what will happen if a business doesn't have a good data analyst, and what will happen if data analyst is there in the business?
Surely. So the demand is only because there is a need. And if I want to explain that why do companies need data analysts? So the same example that I took that there is a sales company who is selling, I'm only taking 10 products for the sake of understanding, who is selling these 10 products in the market.
Hmm.
So until a data analyst comes into a picture, a company cannot understand what is the impact it is able to create. Like
Okay.
suppose we are selling these 10 products, where are we selling these products? Who are the customers who are interested in that product? What is the reason for which these kind of customers are able to buy our product? How can we increase our customer range? So a data analyst comes into picture. He gets all the data that is collected by the company for the sale of those 10 products. He understands and visualizes the data that okay,
Hmm.
these are the 10 products that is the most sellable products. These are
Hmm.
the specific factors because of which these category of people are buying these products. So a data analyst comes into a picture and suggests that company that okay, these are the factors which are helping you, so do
Hmm.
work on these factors, increase your scales, increase your marketing in this particular area because these particular area people are buying you more. In
Hmm.
order, like basically the agenda here is the data analyst is giving the analysis that okay, these factors are helping and this can help you increase the sales, and then company uses those particular suggestions given by data analyst and incorporate them in their business cycle, and now they see that okay, now the sales are increasing now. So this is the kind of impact a data analyst can create in a company. And the absence of data analyst, this particular thing that was happening, right, it won't happen. A company is selling something and they'll continue doing the same thing rather than any kind of suggestions from the data that are coming, and the sales will remain stagnant on that case.
Understand and got it. Got it. So what I concluded is like I'll just explain once again so that our audience could also understand. So regarding the businesses and the sales, if I'll talk about, let's suppose if I start to raise the fund from the investor, for sure they will ask me that what exactly your goal for the next quarter, what was the performance of your last quarter, and how exactly you're planning to come over this break even thing. So everything I can only do it if I have an accurate analysis, and that accurate analysis can only be done by the data analyst, whether not only just because to raise the fund or to grow a business, but also to list the product, to understand the profit, in which state it is like coming as a profitable, in which state it is not coming as a profitable. Even I guess Amazon also lists the product accordingly, that these things are working, so this things, and so it's a whole game of a data, and it makes it more accurate. So I guess that is the only reason people pay so much to a data analyst, so that they can get an accurate result, right? Like I was not able
Totally,
to digest
totally.
this fact that why they're getting so much paid. So for sure, like this is the reason why it is, because it is the very important part of any organization in a decision making thing, right?
For sure, for sure. The demand is too much because of the importance it has and the effect it creates in case of business and the revenue generation. So that is the reason for getting so much pay.
Wow, that's nice. So that's why, guys, the people, the candidate who learns maximum tools, they get more uh, pay rather than the one who just only know Google Sheet. All right.
For sure.
So yes. So moving ahead, what exactly we had a conversation, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. How exactly we are able to connect the dots with every single thing. So due to this, I wanted to tell you guys that in 2020, IBM itself predicted the number of job of a data professional would hit up to more than 27 lakh. Can you see the number, guys, in 2022? So I'm like this much people, and I am sure that not all 27 lakh will be a computer science graduate. I am 100% sure more than 45% people will definitely from a non-IT background, and they are learning it, right? And as we can see, even it's a pandemic or anything, whatever the hell is happening, whatever thing is happening around the world, it's totally a data driven thing is happening. So for sure this is a non-negotiable skill. We should learn it to grow accordingly, right? Even while doing a webinar, guys, I was taking a poll. On that basis I was deriving the webinar. So it is making sense, right? So it is something which everywhere it is required, guys. All right, Celia. So moving ahead, I just wanted to tell you guys a brief idea that why we are so much confident in telling you that we give 100% job guaranteed year courses, because we have interacted with the subject matter expert and the industrial expert who have approved our the courses, and they understood that they only need this a skill set, and they can hire those people. So we have designed the module in such a way that if you learn all this skill set, and you will be able to crack it. Because why you are able to crack it? Because you can see the numbers of jobs coming in your way. All right, which is already justified. Moving ahead, how exactly we do, we analyze the things, we analyze the job vacancies, and we figure out where you are the right fit, and then accordingly we keep on scheduling it, and we prepare your CVs. A lot of things which is required to boost your CV, to boost your profile, and get into the right fit with the right packages. All right, guys. Moving ahead, just wanted to tell you once again, guys, we are still into the contest, and we still have a time with the Selja, and I'll definitely have a Q&A with her, and a lot of things is going to happen. But before I move on, I know that everybody's enjoying the conversation and the words, the experienced words coming from a Selja. So we can take this opportunity, and why not to just participate in the contest? Because if you are here, you can also win this program for free. And all the people, if suppose you are not able to win, you will get a special offer as well as a participation certificate. All right, guys. So link is into the comment section, so you can go register, come back. I have amazing questions, and I will be asking the most toughest, silliest, and every question to Salja, and let's clear our doubts and take action. Moving ahead, the most important question, Selja, just wanted to ask. Um, as like I am a mechanical engineer, by the way, I literally don't know the C of a coding or anything, and it's been 5 years. I'm working in a tech field, and like how I can become a data analyst. Like I saw the package and I'm getting attracted. So just wanted to know that how I can become a data analyst, and I'll pick up other profession guys. I can see the chat section of audience. So can you just tell me how I can become a data analyst? What sort of a hard skills or a soft skills? Because in the beginning you were saying that we should know how to communicate our knowledge or something. So somewhere it was clicking some soft skill is also required. So can you just give us an idea, the whole idea about it?
Sure, sure. So, like you said, everyone gets motivated seeing the package, seeing the offer. And like one thing that you correctly mentioned that I wanted to point out is specifically after pandemic, the demand for data people has increased way too much. So in this domain, because now everything is shifting to cloud, so because of which the amount of data that is getting generated, because everything we are doing online, is way too much, and so is the reason for the demand for data analyst, and the package is also increasing. But yeah, the very important question here is how can we move forward and become a data analyst. So, according to me, it's a combination of hard skills as well as soft skills. It is not only one thing that will get you to get that particular role. It is surely a combination of these two. If I start with the hard skills part, that what are the specific skills that you need, and like I already mentioned in my rules of success, that I always say that you have to have a focused roadmap as well as a focused list of topics that you need to prepare. So for data analyst also, it starts with very first thing is that you have to have a good understanding of one programming language. And according to a recent study, Python is one of the most preferred language for data people. And along with that, from my personal experience, I think it is one of the easiest language. If also specifically, I want to highlight this thing. If even if someone is coming from a different background and is a non-tech or non-IT guy, then also in order to start this journey and learn a new language and learn how to code, Python should be the first step. And along with that, it is one of the easiest language to learn. So that is the first requirement that is expected from a data analyst. Second most important part after Python is SQL. SQL basically is a structured query language which we use in our very day-to-day basis. If you're working for any company, if you're working with any size of data, SQL is must. In your interviews also, you can expect multiple of SQL questions for you. So that is the level of uh, I would say planning and preparation that you need to do in terms of SQL because it is very important. Third is statistics. And I have already talked that about to people multiple times that people confuse statistics with mathematics. And just whenever they hear statistics and they're like, I cannot do this because I am not a math student, I'm not an IT student. So just wanted to mention here that that the expectation that you need to have in terms of statistics is you have to have a basic understanding of what are the statistical concepts. You are not expected to be a pro mathematician. You are just expected to have a very basic level understanding of what statistics is and how we are that part of statistics we are using as a data analyst. Not the entire statistics is being expected from. And the very last, and I would say all of these things will go into vain until you have that skill, and that is Power BI or Tableau. So basically, Power BI is an application where we visualize the data that we have. And a very common example for that is suppose you have a data in the form of an Excel sheet with 100 rows and 1,000 rows and 100 columns. And if you go and show that to a client, or even if you show that to any non-IT guy, that look at this is the data. Do you understand this data? He'll be like, what are you showing me? I don't understand what all of these rows and columns are.
Exactly.
And on the other hand, use Power BI tools, create pie chart, create bar chart, and create a proper visualization. And then go and show them that, okay, this is the sales, this is how we are getting the data. So when you show this, then you understand that, okay, now I'm able to understand what data is, what actually I'm able to convey that I can convey using these visualization things. So like I said, all of these Python, SQL, and statistics will go into in until you know how to visualize that data using Power BI. So according to me, these four are the very important and the basics, like we are talking about, the basic skill that anyone need to have in order to become a data analyst.
All right, all right. Just one thing I wanted to ask, because whenever I interact with the candidate, although they are from non-technical background, somewhere I feel that they have a question in their mind that why you guys are not having a Java. Like I wanted to know that Java should be there and all. So, but I always keep them telling that Python is easy for you to understand. I can give Java also, but that will start bouncing from your head. So, how exactly you would prefer and tell the guys that yes, we can still do the job with Python. We don't need to rush for a Java. Can you please tell us more about this?
I would say we would do the things better using Python, not still.
Okay.
We'll do things better with Python. I'll tell you the reason. If I don't want to go into very technical aspect, but if I give you an overview in terms of Python, so Python supports multiple things. We can perform machine learning, we can perform web development, we can perform normal development, we can perform all of the analytics thing, we can perform even visualization using Power. So this language has so much to offer, and the irony is it has so much to offer and it is the easiest one to learn. So this combination is the reason why everyone in data domain, even companies, are now preferring Python. So that is the reason people are now shifting from Java to Python. Even if you ask me, I am not at all a Java person. I used to fear, even I was a computer science graduate, I did not like Java because Java is way much, too much typical to understand to perform the same thing that you can do using two lines of code in Python. So
All
that's
right.
the reason we prefer Python.
Okay. Because I won't get rejected in an interview, right? If I'll say that I know Python, not Java.
Surely that would be a heads up in any interview.
That's nice. I mean, like she herself said she's already working in Microsoft, and she said that she's very confident in Python, guys. So you can understand. So one more thing I wanted to ask regarding one tool. Power BI, there always a fight between Power BI and Tableau. Why Power BI is always preferred, and why it is more easy to understand, and why with Power BI I can get my things done and get my job done. Like why
Power
there is a
BI
fight? Yeah.
Power BI offers you those like pick and drop visuals. So like suppose I want to create a bar chart or anything of that sort. I don't have to go forward and do a lot of things. There are already created visuals. You just need to drag and drop that, get the data, and it's already created for you. So for the people who don't know coding, who don't understand the background of how will create that visual, same thing if you try using Python, we have to write 6 lines of code, for example,
Okay.
to create that one bar chart. But if we go and do that using Power BI, we don't have to write a single line of code. We'll just pick one particular instance of bar chart, drag it, and we'll get that particular bar chart on
Oh.
our dashboard. So that is the reason these tools like Power BI and Tableau are very much helpful when we are creating visualization because it's just a 1 second task to create anything. You don't have to write anything in that sort, just a drag and drop and you're done.
All right, all right. So it means that we don't have to just chase for like too many tools and then I am ready for job. It's like only those tools which is required to do the job and that is sufficient to get into it. Right?
Surely, surely. Just
Fine.
these specified number of topics and you're done.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, guys. I hope that you have got the answers, and I have tried to ask all the silliest questions as well. So I hope it was working for you. So moving ahead, just wanted to know one more thing from you, Shailja. That how did you acquire all these necessary skills and polish them? Like how exactly you can acquire all this skill set?
See, acquiring any kind of skill sets or following any kind of roadmap has always have two options to go forward for. So I'll not give it a generic answer because that I think everything is it's not common for everyone. So I categorize people into two parts mainly. That in order to acquire any kind of skills and polish them, either you can do this using self-learning. That okay, I know this thing, but yeah, the prerequisite is you already understand the requirement, you already understand what is expected from you, you already understand where to learn. If you have all this information, then you can go ahead, practice it every day, make a proper roadmap that I will practice. I know these are the 5 skills I need to learn. I'll prepare a roadmap and I will practice it daily. Then I'll work on projects so that I can polish those skills so that I can be ready to appear for interviews. And there are other set of people. The other set of people which I talk about is for the people who don't have understanding of what is expected from them. They can be people from non-IT. They can be people from a different domain. They can even be people from the same domain, but they don't have understanding of what will be expected from them in interviews and the work that they are applying for. So these set of people for sure in order to acquire skills sometimes need assistance like currently what I'm telling a lot of people I see have this question that why and how we do that. So once you get this question in terms of an assistance from any kind of institution or any kind of mentor, then you can understand that okay, I need to learn all of these things, but at the end the first step might be different but the end step is same, that you have to learn all of these things, practice it every day, make projects so that you can prepare yourself to attend any kind of interview and ace it.
All right, all right. So we have to learn this and then we have to polish by doing the real time projects so that we should sound more practical by giving interviews. All right.
Right,
And that's
right,
how we can also say that we are equally sufficient enough, like for the people who are experienced, right? We will not be just, if
right,
I'll
right.
just, okay, that's nice. Got it. Got it. So now one thing, like in the last podcast, I just heard one thing from you that, till second year, you are quite just normally studying and enjoying your life. When did you realize that data science is your cup of tea, data analyst is your cup of tea, and how our audience will get to understand that they are going to be a good fit for a data analyst? What How exactly you figured out? Can you please tell us?
So, in my case, the story was a bit different, and like you mentioned, Namir, and this is very true. So, I heard this from a lot of people that, ma'am, you're a computer science graduate, everything will be very easy for you, and all of these things. So, just wanted to mention here that I was also doing a lot of enjoyment in my college times. Was not focused in terms of placement or in terms of data as a domain was something I did not even heard about. I would say very frankly, and this went along for my third year. So despite of being from a computer science background, data domain, data scientist, engineering, analytics was I was not aware of all these things. What changed and how I got into this domain was I'm very thankful to one of my mentor. So I started working along with her, and she guided me about what actually this domain is. Because when you are in college, this is our education system that we are taught to focus on software engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows about software engineering, everyone is planning for software engineering. Not many people know about data as a domain. And the irony is the demand is way too much, the package is way too much, but we are not aware of that. So in my case, my mentor taught me about what actually data as a domain is, what are the prerequisites, what do you need to learn to get a job in this role. So there is where I started understanding the requirement. And when I started working and learning on in this particular aspect, then I found it very interesting. Like I said, I was not a Java person, so I tried a lot of things, but that did not work out for me because I did not find interest in them. So then realized that I am good in this particular domain, and this is what I'll be choosing as my career, data, because I love playing with the data and exploring the data, and I think it's very fun to work at. Work never becomes monotonous. So that is where I started. So my suggestion for anyone who is planning to go for a data domain and want to understand that whether they are a right fit or not,
Mm-hmm.
until you try that out, you cannot identify that whether it is good for you or not. So,
Exactly.
but just by saying that, okay, these are the languages I need to learn, these are something I need to learn, this is the pay, this is all of these things,
Mm-hmm.
these will surely affect you to make a good choice. But
Mm-hmm.
get your hands dirty, try to learn
Mm-hmm.
things, try to make projects, and real time projects that you already talked about are very, very important. So
Mm-hmm.
once you do that, then only you can understand that, okay, now I'm good at it, whether I'm liking it or not, whether I'm prepared for
Mm-hmm.
an interview or not. So yeah, go and try that out, learn, and trying is the only option to identify whether you're good at it or not.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, when we say that, there's one of the other questions came in my mind that, when we say that, am I the right fit or not? So there's two, three type of people comes in a mind with different responsibilities, family background, and different ages. Like if I'm 26 years old, so I can get my hands dirty. But if I will be 30 plus or 32 plus, I will be having a huge responsibility, right? I cannot just go and try everything, right? So of course, your suggestions was really very nice. You can try this. So just wanted to know that if I am, let's suppose if I am more than 30 plus, if I am more than 35 plus, or if I am, let's suppose, there's no point for gender because a woman is already data scientist in Microsoft, so I cannot say that. So like these are the confusion that we have regarding ages, regarding, you can see the comment they are saying that Mira, I have this much gap, or like, I am from commerce or something. So these are the factors coming in my way. And one thing is confusing me, that you are from computer science background. Can you please clarify and tell them that it is not very important to be a computer science background, or these are the factors that are disturbing them to put a lot of question? Are they really important to understand that is a good fit for me, or I can go ahead for this or not?
Sure, Naman. And this is one of the biggest bubble I want to break, that any kind of age, gender, background limitation, double quotes I would say, won't stop you to get a job into data analytics. And why I say that with so much confidence, I have already mentioned this thing that the biggest example that I see and I tell people is one of my peer. He comes from a 15-year background in a very,
Mm-hmm.
very different domain. 15 years he has worked in a very different domain. Then he decided that I want to go into data, and he has joined. Now he switched from that particular domain and is now working as a data scientist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not only about data scientists. I have multiple examples. There is another lady who was a veteran. She served for like more than 20 years, and now she's left that particular domain and now she's working in data domain. So these are just examples of age, gender, and specifically for the background part, I have multiple examples of the people who are not at all computer science graduate,
Mm-hmm.
who are working as my peers, who are working as my mentors, who are working way ahead of me at good companies. And
Mm-hmm.
I have multiple examples for the people. So my point here is, don't think that you come from a different background, that's why you cannot become a data analyst. You have a
Mm-hmm.
gap, you that's why you
Mm-hmm.
cannot, because of gender issues. I,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, I'm sitting in front of you, so that won't hamper your. At the end of the day, what can hamper is if you're not learning, if you're not preparing well, only that can hamper. Otherwise, all of these restrictions are not restrictions, these are just restrictions in your head.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to clarify this thing and break this bubble, that
Mm-hmm.
any kind of gap in background will not stop you. Data domain is very welcoming domain, and that is the
Mm-hmm.
best part of it. So it welcomes
Yes.
people from different domain, from different skill set, from all of the different age gap, gender, all of these things. You just need to come with acquired skills and expected skills. That's it.
Got it, got it. And how we can get those skill sets from the very scratch, that I can tell you guys. Just like Shailja said that, we have to go with very basic structure, being confident, planned, and motivated. For that, how exactly Coding Invaders helps? We will help you to learn from scratch. And I'll tell you guys, 59% of our students didn't have an IT background. And I can see more than 80% people in the chat sections are not from IT background. And it is really very possible to do it if you are getting mentored in the right direction with the help of a right mentors or industrial expert. All right. So it is possible if you are motivated enough to take actions, and we can help you to learn all this skill set, that you can also dream of Microsoft, you can also dream of the big companies if you learn it seriously. Moving ahead, how exactly we help, as I said, that, and as Shailja also said, that polishing by practicing the real time projects help you to gain in a knowledge and make it more practical and give you very real answers when you are giving an interview, and you will be able to justify that how knowledgeable you are and how accurate you are, because once you have done this project, then only you will sound very logical in front of interviewer. So that can only be possible if you are learning this skill set in a practical way. And for sure, just because you're not from a technical background, you definitely need a one-on-one mentorship. There's no point we want to leave where you will feel that, okay, how can I ask the silly questions? No, one-on-one thing reduces the hesitations, and you can ask the silliest question and go ahead. All right, guys, I know that if I put anybody on the screen and ask question, then you will ask a very professional question to Shailja. But I know if you will text Shailja on a LinkedIn, you will probably ask the silliest question, because you are trying to get one-on-one messages from the Shailja to get the things clear, right, guys? So that is the importance of a one-on-one mentorship. And yes, we do have those portals where you can practice, and we have those project learning, as I said, and we will be helping you to do it. Moving ahead with one other question, Shailja, with you, that what are the career paths of a data analyst? Just wanted to know, if I'll get into data, so what are the career paths, what will be the future, like how I can move up to the ladder, what are the flow, what are the the seniority, the hierarchies and everything. And one basic question generally people are asking, that what exactly the difference between the data scientist and business analyst or a data engineer or anything. Just want you throw some light on it so that we can get our doubts cleared.
Sure, sure. So, if I want to explain specifically the difference between a data engineer, data scientist, and a data analyst, so I will take that example of a ladder. That is one of the most used example I use. So, if I consider these three things as a kind of stepwise journey, then let's take data analyst to the very first step in the data journey. Why I say the very first step? Because I've been telling that the data analyst is involved in analyzing the data. So what a data analyst does is it gets the data. So all of the data that is being provided, let's say, let's not talk about where the data is coming from, but once the data is there, the work of a data analyst is to use Python as well as
Okay.
visualization techniques to visualize the data and come up with solutions and come up with a visualization thing that okay, now this is how our data looks like. This is what a data analyst will tell to the company. What a data engineer will tell is we have all the data. How do we bring all this data in the system? Because the data that we are seeing, the speed at which data gets generated, if you're getting the data generated by sensors, the data gets generated in 1 second. And there is other way also that we are getting the data that okay, that gets generated in say 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 months. So the frequency differs. So the work of a data engineer is to first of all understand what kind of data we are getting. Is it a real-time data? It's a batch data. Then is this a structured data or is it image data, video data, different kinds of data. So the work of a data engineer is to understand what kind of data we are getting and then bring it to our system. That is the work of a data engineer. And lastly, data scientist, the most hyped term I would say, and people don't understand. The work of a data scientist is all of the work that is being done by data engineer and data analyst. After that, the data that we have, it's not in the raw structured form. All of things are already being done by data analyst and data engineer. Data scientist then uses that data, applies machine learning on top of it to do some kind of predictions. Like suppose we had this much sales, what will be the sale in next year? So all these kinds of prediction things that happens, right? That is done by a data scientist. So this is the slightest difference. Mostly people are confused with, but yeah, I try to explain in the very layman terms.
All right, all right. So whenever I interact with the newbies, they said that like you helped me to become a data analyst or a data scientist or something. So can you just clarify that? Is it really possible to become a data analyst at the first step, or like we have to become a data analyst first, then only we can become a data scientist? Can you help me understanding this thing?
This part is kind of not a generic answer, I would say, Amir. Mostly companies, like I said, right, in the ladder, data scientist is on the upper level. So
Upper level.
mostly companies do not offer data scientist role to freshers. So for the
Okay.
people who are very much enthusiastic, like I want to become a data scientist, or like I said, people are not aware what role they
Yeah.
want to, but they want to enter into data domain. So the best choice, and like I already mentioned, that this field is very welcoming. So if you are wanting to get into this domain, go and enter as a data analyst, because you will not be bounded with this restriction that you should have at least 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience to get into this role, which data scientist offers. That no, will not take you until you have this much years of experience. So if you want to get into this, get in as a data analyst. That is the best short way to get into data domain. Explore that
Mhm.
field. It is not necessary that you are entering as a data analyst. So the second step is you have to become a data scientist only. Data
Mhm.
analyst is itself a role. You can go to senior data analyst and all of these things. A lot of people then side by side learn data science and then go, try to explore that field also. But yeah, the stepping stone, or I would say the entering part, go for data analyst.
Somewhere like it is very clear that people are fascinated about this scientist word. They just like it looks good, like the way it says that. Why, like people generally ask me that why you took mechanical engineering. I said that it was looking sexy, so I took it mechanical engineering. Okay, so that's why I feel that people have less knowledge about data scientists, and but they are just attracted with the word and it looks very crazy. So that's why people are like, so there's no need to go for a data scientist course because it will be of no use, right? Any which ways the maximum opportunity will come as a data analyst only if I am doing a career transition, right?
For sure. Like there are a few companies who do offer entry level data scientist role, but I communicate with multiple people every day, and the very common thing that I'm able to get is I have the skills, ma'am, but the company is not even giving me an interview call because I'm a fresher. So why to waste your time and effort into that direction where you think the possibility is very less, rather than going for a win-win situation and going into a data analyst as a role?
So correct me if I'm wrong. So the one that you are saying that some people offer data scientist role to the fresher, I'm sure they must be giving a name of data scientist, but the job role will be of data analyst, right?
Exactly, exactly. They are not actually applying machine learning. They are at the end of
Yeah,
the day doing the same work that a data analyst does. It's just
exactly.
the name thing that happens.
It's just the way to get the maximum application and get the hiring done. Okay,
Right.
got it, got it. Moving ahead, guys, I hope you're enjoying this. Moving ahead, just wanted to know one more thing, that how did you grow your income and how much I can like earn out of this, how I can do this basically. So just need a clear picture if I'll join how exactly the money thing. I wanted to know the clear picture.
Surely. And we have been talking about that multiple times, that the demand for data analyst is way too much, for the demand for data people are way too much.
Mm-hmm.
And since the demand is way too much, and so is the package, I would say, that equally justifies the demand. So a very average package for a fresher lies between 7 to 8. And I think you have been very kind enough to mention 6 to 7 as a, I think that is the starting range.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for a average fresher range that is being offered for data domain is
Mm-hmm.
7 to 8 LP anyways, and that is a very entry level, I would say, package. When we
Okay.
go up to the ladder, the numbers are humongous, and it
Mm-hmm.
increases exponentially as per the years of experience. But yeah, and second thing is the amount of job roles. Like if like, gone are the days when it used to be like they only have job openings for software engineering roles and all of these things. Now the amount of job openings that are there at good companies for data people is way too much. So either ways, number of job openings are way too much, the amount of package they are offering is way too much. So it's a kind of win-win situation. And like you mentioned about the range, it starts from 7 to 8
Mm-hmm.
from the junior role, and then when we go to the medium role and senior role, then it is
Mm-hmm.
increases exponentially, and that depends on the company as well.
All right. So I have like in our slide we have written that 5 plus year, 20 plus, and I guess it's the more it's very being modest that we have written 20. I
Very.
guess I should write. I can also write 50 plus. Can I write that?
You totally can write that. But yeah, one thing that I wanted to mention here is I hear that from a lot of people.
Mm,
See, these numbers also depend on how you're performing in the interview. One
exactly.
person with less years of experience can bag a very good role and very good
Mm,
offer. And the
mm,
same thing, other person can also be getting the same offer from the company, maybe for a different role, but with a lesser pay. So how are you performing in your interviews also like it only not only defines that okay I'll get a job, it
Mm-hmm.
also defines what will be your package with the same years of experience as the others. So yeah, 50 plus will not be a wrong thing to write here, but yeah, you
Exactly.
have to prove yourself that you are worthy of that 50 LPA.
So it is very well clear that when you were doing graduation, when you got placement, your your best friend maybe who's sitting next to you might have got less than you in the
Yes,
same
sir.
company, right?
For sure, for sure.
So it is very clear. So it's like how exactly you consume the resources and how exactly you're giving best into the interview. Rest, the package you will decide and your interview. The last question, just out of curiosity, just wanted to understand that now the most important thing, how you got this Microsoft thing. Just wanted to know like how you find this DA job perfect enough because you were somewhere else, and I'm sure there's a job hunting strategy you are using for sure. Then you are quickly coming on the top, and we wish you success about it, keep achieving it. But how exactly you are doing, can you please share your secret about it, how I can find my first job, what are the criterias or something? Criteria in the sense specifically I want to mention to the guys that what degree is required, what age is required or something, and what are the good position I should look for. Can you please throw a light on this, please?
First thing is how to find your job. So I've been telling a lot of people on LinkedIn also, like you mentioned, I'm very active there. So I'm trying to help people in because I have learned all of these things, but until I try to get a good job, that is of no use.
Mm-hmm.
So the resources that first and the foremost, and I think I use that to get into Microsoft was LinkedIn. So
Okay.
if you want to get, and LinkedIn has a very good feature of job alerts also. So like suppose I think that I'm capable enough to apply for data analyst role. So I'll go ahead and set an alert that, okay, give me the notifications of all the job openings that are there for this particular role, this
Mm-hmm.
particular range of years of experience. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you want, you can even select the location that, okay, I want Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, these particular locations only.
Mm-hmm.
So LinkedIn will go ahead and give you the okay, these are the openings in terms of a mail or in terms of a notification that you can go. But you just the work is done already for you. You just have to go and apply to their career portal through those particular
Mm-hmm.
links. So the first thing in terms of resources is LinkedIn for sure. But I've heard a lot of people saying that LinkedIn they don't get normally calls from the company. So
Mm-hmm.
for sure, along with LinkedIn, there are other important like good websites, and first is your Naukri.com. Naukri.com, I think, is very underrated website, but it actually helps a lot of candidates to get good interview calls. So make a
Okay.
good profile at Naukri.com, and you can apply through very good companies, their openings, and it is very easy to apply. Then we have InstaHire. InstaHire is
Mm-hmm.
another good platform through which you can go and apply. And there are few websites like Glassdoor, Indeed, and all of these where you can understand that, like, suppose we don't understand what is the pay range we are suitable for. I want to
Okay.
apply for this particular role. I have got an interview call, but when an interviewer asks what are your salary expectations, I don't know what to tell. So there are a few very good websites like Glassdoor and all where you can understand okay this range of people with this years of experience with this particular skill in this particular company
Mm-hmm.
get this range of like salary. So
Mm-hmm.
then the expectation is clear from your head also, and you can go ahead and ask that okay I deserve this kind of scale range in terms of pay and all of these. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the few websites which is my like I used to do that when I was preparing and I was applying for different companies, and
Exactly.
anyone can go forward with all of these particular websites.
So if you will continuously practice, and then definitely we can get a call for sure. So one thing also clear that you know a lot of his skills. So if you want to make some extra money, so can you go to Upwork and take some project and start making extra money? Is it possible for you? Can you do it?
Surely, surely.
Oh.
Freelancing is a thing now, and why not? If you have the skills, at the end, those skills are for making something work. So
Mm-hmm.
Upwork is one very good website, and there are three others through. There are few or a few more where we will
Mm-hmm.
find that okay, we have these skills. We just go and create our portfolio, and we can use those particular skills and earn money by making projects as well.
So
So
one thing
not
is
only
clear that
targeting.
I can make money. It's just that the job satisfaction I can get when I'm ready. But money is something which I can start making just after 1 or 2 months if I start learning skills.
Surely. So at the end of the day, you have the skills, money will surely fall into place through a permanent
Wow.
job or through freelancing work. So yeah, first step is to get those skills.
Just one last question to you. Can a freelancer dominate a full-time employee in terms of
Surely
earning?
they can. If you have those skills, money will, like I said, will fall into place. It's not specifically if you're a full time employee only then only you can earn that much money. freelancers. There are multiple examples of people who are freelancing and paying and earning very good. So at the end, it's the confidence that you hold in your skills. It is not necessary that you get associated with any organization to showcase your skill. You can work on your own and perform freelancing. But yeah, the pay range can sometimes match, even exceed. So
Mm.
that can happen, surely.
Any which ways, the network in the freelancing will definitely one day help us to give it a full-time job, right?
Surely.
That's perfect. So, Selja, I would request you to have a glass of water. Then I'll move ahead and I'll tell the audience about the contest and the last thing which is left, guys. And I know everybody is very excited about the Q&A session. I'll pick up all the question, guys. So, Selja, have a glass of water. Meanwhile, I'll just continue to explain more about this career center thing so that people get more clarity how we can actually apply and do the things. All right, guys. So moving ahead, as Shalja has thrown light on how to find a job, how you can use those resources, what exactly we as a coding inventors also do is we help you to find out the right fit, the right job. How exactly do it? There was one comment by Mr. Samudranil Acharya. He said that I applied in the main website, but it's of no use. You know why it's of no use? Because every websites and every companies, the HR, they use ATS, and ATS is something where, like in Microsoft, if you'll go, there's a thousands of CV you will be having. So for sure, they don't have a time to see all the CV. For that, they use keywords to find out the relevant CV, and then they will shortlist for the interview. So how exactly the CV building thing, the strategy, how you can make this thing, why one-on-one CV plus LinkedIn profiling, why these things are showcased as a important thing, a feature for any companies like Coding Invaders, because it's one of the most important skill. And I'll ask this question to the Selja also when she will be back, that why it is important. So ATS is something which actually helps you to get your first interview call. And so we do it as a in the Coding Invaders career centers, that once you will complete the whole skill set, now you will move towards the career center, and then you will be practicing this, how to make this perfect CV where you can get the shortlisted, and how you can crack the interview by sounding more practical and sounds like an experienced person by doing a multiple mock interviews, and how to learn all those job hunting strategies, right? Because the tools are very much, but to use it in a proper way, for that you need a mentoring, and that's how exactly we help. All right, so we have already more than 300 hiring partners already. A lot of people are actually learning and getting a job. As I said, we have already more than 90% of placement record, and people are able to get it. It is not something which I'm just telling as a number. The job vacancies are so much, so of course if someone get mentored in the right direction, they get it. So I'll show you all the examples, and I hope you are excited about the Q&A. But yes, in a Coding Invaders, things are getting possible because we are only picking up those tools which is only required, not by burdening you, like by putting a lot of tools in your head, that Power BI, Tableau, not everything, only those is tools which is sufficient enough to get into your first data analyst job. Rest, you are sufficient enough. You're sufficient enough, you'll get experience, you'll move up in the career by yourself. Of course, like the our job is to get you the first job. Rest you will do it by yourself. So we never prefer to overwhelm you with a lot of tools. It's very important to learn only those skills which is required to crack the job. Rest you can do it, you are smart enough. All right, so as I want to tell you guys that we are still into the contest. I'll just take 10 second, I'll just wait for 10 second. What exactly I want to tell you, that I know that a lot of audience have joined, new audience have joined. So in this particular webinar, which is going to end in just 10-20 minutes after the Q&A session will be done, keep your questions ready. I want you all just check the link in the comment section. In this particular webinar, we are helping all the people to get a participation certificate and also a special offer. And this special offer will end by tomorrow, that you can enroll in the courses in a better fee discount and a better fee waiver format if you will be there in this particular contest. All you need to do is you have to just register, go to the link and enter it. And yes, one more interesting thing is, today in just after 10-20 minutes, I will announce the winner and I'll showcase you the list, and one person will definitely win this premium 6.5 months data analyst course, job guaranteed course of a Coding Invaders, for free. You will win this for sure. So guys, I'll just wait for 5-10 seconds more. Please go click into the link, register it. 10-20 minutes are left, and keep your questions ready so that when the Shailja will come and we can start asking the question and get the things done. All right, guys. So I hope you're enjoying it, and give me a thumbs up if your doubts are getting cleared and it is getting a useful session for you. Moving ahead, we have our guest back with a little more energy, but she is running out of the time. But still taking care of all this, we will give importance to answer your question. We will pick the best one, and we will move ahead. So starting the Q&A session. All right. So I'll just pick up the questions, Alja, for you. The questions. The questions are the first thing. The one I answered, but I want you to answer the same thing. uh, some people, like, go to the website, apply and use career portal. Someone was frustrated and said that I applied on a direct website. I don't go to Naukri, I don't go to LinkedIn, I go to direct website, but it is of no use. Why is it of no use? Why this ATS thing is stopping him? Can you please explain why it is of no use for most of the people?
Right, right. So a lot of people say that we are not getting interview calls, but they don't realize the reason why they are not getting interview calls. I can give you my examples. I got calls from all of these big fangam companies which we talk about, and we say that we don't get calls. I'm at Microsoft and I applied through LinkedIn only, no reference, no other websites for Microsoft role. But yeah, the thing that is stopping you is ATS. Not many people are aware about ATS. So ATS, if I talk in very layman terms, when you are applying your resume for a particular job role, don't expect someone on the other side to, like, there is someone on the other side who is actually reviewing the resume. There is an automated system which actually like scans your resume for the particular keywords. So for example, for a particular job role, if I'm applying, so that people, this is one thing that is very normal, but mostly people miss on to that. So when you're applying for a particular job, the tip here is go and check the job description. People just go directly and they're like, okay, I want to apply for this company, this particular role, and I'll take my resume and I'll apply. Don't go directly to that. First of all, understand and visualize what the job description is asking for. First of all, understand in terms of whether the skill set that that particular role is demanding, you have those skill set or not. And if you think that, okay, I hope I have those relevant skill sets,
Mhm.
then the second step is how well your resume is aligning with those particular keywords. So what ATS does is it searches for those particular keywords in your resume. And since you are, maybe it might be happening that you know a lot of things, but then to your ATS is not able to pass your resume, it is because your resume is missing onto those particular keywords. So make sure that that particular keyword that are there in the job description, at least 50-60% of the keywords are there in your resume. And this is
Mhm.
very important tip that you can get from this session, I would say, that
Mhm.
add those keywords in your resume, and then you will see the difference of not getting interview calls to I'm getting a lot of interview calls. Because now your ATS is not filtering out your resume, rather it is taking your
Mhm.
resume to a next step.
Wow. So we got $100 tip from Shailja that yes, we can get it shortlisted very easily for sure. So yeah, I mean it makes sense. Like the HR will only post those keywords which she needs or he needs, right? If those skill sets are ready in our resume, we can do it. So one thing is clear, guys. Just don't make CV from Canva in just 5 or 10 minutes. Give effort to it, and then you will be getting shortlisted. It is very important that why we make our profile strong on LinkedIn. That's how you will rank up search engine optimizations, right? Anything. So moving ahead with another question from you, Shailja, that there was one question that, um, like I know the answer will be same, but still, like just to satisfy them, the question from Megha: I have 9 years of retail banking experience from India, now shifted to Germany. Will this course help me to get a job here with no IT background? So just make it more simple for you. Even if I'm in Dubai, right, and I took up any course from India, right, and if I am already in Germany and took any courses from India, can those courses will help me to get a job in this Germany, I think.
Surely, surely. See, age gap, like we already talked about, won't be a problem that in terms of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And since you come from a different domain of banking, then also it won't be a problem. And since you're getting this particular course or you're acquiring these particular skills, so that's
Mm-hmm.
it. It doesn't depend if you're sitting in anywhere in the world. The requirement of the expectation, like for example, if I talk about Microsoft is a global company. It is not the roles and the openings are not only for India. They are for particular.
Mm-hmm.
They are for every particular company where they are located. So the job description, and the best way to identify and answer this question is you yourself can go and check the job description of good companies and good roles, and you see that the expectation is common. It is not that for Indians we're expecting this and for others we're expecting no. Now companies are global, the expectation is global, the role is global. So sitting anywhere in the world, if you take this course and if the tutor is from India or anything of that sort, will not actually hamper anything. At the end, if you're learning that skill, you can go and apply for any kind of role, any kind for data analyst as a role. But yeah, any company in any country, that won't be a problem.
All right, all right, and that is fine. So one thing I want to cover up two, three pointers in one question. That some people say that I have already 10-year experience in banking or in sales and marketing. Now I want to change it or something. So yes, like is it possible or not? Or second thing, will my experience will be considered to get a salary hike or no?
Yeah, one thing, this thing is actually very nice question, Amin. And see, when people say that I have 10 years of experience, will that experience count when I'm applying for data as a domain? You have
Mm-hmm.
experience for sure, not denying that part. But how
Mm-hmm.
many years of experience you have for data domain? Zero,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the expectation sometimes does not aligns with this part that your previous experience will help you surely in that context that you are a working professional. So all the work ethics, the soft skills, and all of those parts will surely add up to your 10 years of experience. But the hard skills part, you have not worked on those particular skills in your previous stint. It was a different domain, it was a different org, it was an entirely different area. So your hard skills that you're learning through your projects will surely work as a work experience here. But yeah, 10 years of work experience in a different domain would not justify your hard skills here. Your
Mm-hmm.
projects will be the one justifying here, and the pay range will be in that context only.
All right, I got it. I got it. One important question from you that is graduation is important to get into the interview?
Surely, surely. See, I would say if I conclude in terms of one very basic requirement for any kind of role is you have to be graduate.
Okay, okay. So it is like eligibility point
Criteria,
of
yeah.
view, the graduation will be considered. Rest like it can be of any thing, right?
Yeah.
All right.
What graduation you're doing, that is not that important,
Mm-hmm.
depending upon the role in the company. Some companies do add some filters, but yeah, exceptions always there. There are multiple companies in the market that some
Mm-hmm.
companies will say that we want only this particular people who are graduated in this particular domain. So
Mm-hmm.
that these companies are the exceptions. But apart from that, graduation marks is a very important and the basic criteria to apply for any
Mm-hmm.
kind of role at any company.
All right. Understood. Understood. That's perfect. Now, like regarding the age, guys, I'll just say one thing. She has already given an example. She has a peer who is already 15-year experience, or it means that the 35-year of experience. Fine. The last thing I just wanted to know that if I'm a person who was lazy to go to office, can I get this opportunity of doing permanent work from home in this data analyst profession?
Yes, I guess pandemic brought one good thing for all of us was work from home. And
Okay.
nowadays there is a very long list of companies who are offering permanent work from home. So work from if you're like if you want to work from the very comfort of your home for a data as a domain, then this domain is actually very fulfilling in that context also. That for this particular roles, work from home is not a problem because all the work is virtual and all of the visualizations and everything you'll be doing, you can sit at your home and collaborate with other team members sitting in different corners of the world. So yeah, you can surely work from home and still earn a lot of money.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all these beautiful answers and everything. And I'll just take the last question because one candidate is continuously asking, and I'll just over this Q&A session. I know that you are running out of the time. So the one candidate is asking, "Ma'am, how can I get an internship into Microsoft?"
See, for internship, Microsoft conducts a different set of, I would say, exams.
Mhm.
That is a different aspect. But yeah, in terms of you want to understand the qualifications in order to get
Mhm.
into Microsoft for the internship purposes, uh, internships are offered for the people who are even graduating. You don't need to be graduate for internships, and you have to go through those particular examinations that they conduct for particular 2 3 months every year to get the interns.
Mhm.
And depending upon what kind of internship you're seeking, you have to acquire those particular skill set. But yeah, for Microsoft, the internship sometimes offers only for, it comes with a restriction that you have to
Mhm.
be this graduate, you have to be from this stream and all of these things. So you can surely go and check that out. But yeah, Microsoft conducts its own examination for internship. You have to pass that, then you have to pass the interviews, and then you can get internship at Microsoft.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shailja, for all this beautiful answers. It was really helpful, and I can see the comments that people are enjoying this session and saying thank you to you. You have figured out your time, the busy schedule, and guys, you can connect with Shailja. If she will definitely have a time, she will help you out. I have just pasted the link into the comment section, and she is quite very active on LinkedIn. You will be able to observe closely with her corporate work and activities and the knowledge that she shares. And the last thing, Selja, if anything you want to say to your audience, they are like very happy with the advice you can say, and we are very happy that you figured out time for us.
Surely, surely, Amit. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I'm very happy if I'm able to contribute even 1% to anyone's journey to get into the data domain. But yeah, the very last tip before I close off is keep hustling. And like I said, acquire those skills, get a good role, stay motivated every day, you will get it. Not if not at one chance, but multiple attempts might be required in some cases, but you will get it.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, Selja. And hopefully, we will get another chance to interact with you once again. And thank you so much for coming here. And guys, you can just say bye to Selja and you can interact with her on the LinkedIn as well. Link is into the chat section.
Thank
All
you so much.
right. Bye bye. So now moving ahead, guys, I know that you interacted with our guest, you enjoyed, but yes, the session is not over yet. We have the contest thing still. So we have the contest result in like just gonna 10 or 20 minutes. I'm gonna tell you the contest results. You have waited for all this, so let's have a result now. So in just 10 minutes, I'm going to announce the winner. I'm going to now give you the participation certificate and give you a special offer and everything. So let's dive in and let's understand how exactly we can go ahead. All right. So remind you again, guys, we are still into the contest. In just 2-3 minutes, I'm going to just announce the winner. Don't miss a chance. You have given already 1 hour of time. Let's go to the link which is into the chat section and enter your details and come back. I'll just choose the one who's a winner for this premium course for free for a job guarantee badge. You'll get entered to a job guarantee badge. And yes, we are also running in a special offer to all those who will not be a winner. No worries, we have the special offer which will be valid by tomorrow, and you can utilize it to get into the job guarantee patch. All the skills and all the tools and all the modules has been approved by the industrial expert who are from Amazon, Deloitte, C5, and a lot more. All right, so how exactly we will help you to reach your career goals? Through one-on-one personal mentorship, exclusive career packages, fast track job search, 100% job guarantee, and convenient studying for an adults. A lot more things will be involved, so we make sure that you achieve your goals accordingly. All right, so why one-on-one personal mentorship is required? Because if you are from a non-technical background, you must be having a lot of silly doubts. You need to interact with the one-on-one mentor so that you can understand that where I am standing right now, how exactly I need to work hard to get this thing done, and to achieve that level, how much I need to work, and where is the reality check, the way I'm working, whether I will be able to achieve this position or not. So one-on-one mentoring is very much required, and the best part is it's totally flexible. They are available for 7 days in a week. That's nice. Moving ahead, I'll just give you some examples and some faculties name that these are our faculties who are actually helping, and the coordinators who are actually helping the student to get the doubt cleared and to be on the same pace, and to learn all the skill set on time and complete the whole tools in just 6.5 months and get placed. All right. So moving ahead, what exactly you will get in all the personal mentors? So we'll get an extra practical session. I'm like, seriously, you can get people on the mentors on the Zoom call and get the doubt cleared, and you will be having this access for a whole 7 days. And the best part is the one-on-one mentor is unlimited. It is not something which is limited. It is unlimited. Whenever you are having doubt, get on a one-on-one video call and get the things done. So easy access to the mentors always helps you and always pushes a person to get a high-paying job. So that pushes the person confidence for sure. All right. So convenient studying for all adults who are working professionals. So you will be having a live sessions per week. Even if you are a working professional, you are busy, you will not be able to attend. You'll get a recorded one. We do group webinars as well, so that not only this webinar, but a lot of group webinar we do with industrial experts, and that you will be able to understand the reality check. You'll be understand the market trend. You will be updated that what exactly is happening, and that's how you can take actions accordingly. So it is very much important to be updated, and that's why we keep on doing all this. So don't worry if you missed all this, you will get the recorded one for sure. All right, so here is our student Rama. She was a like senior merchandiser with 11-year experience. Guys, the one who were asking me a question that I'm a 9-year, 8-year, 12-year, 20-year. See, she was having 11 years of retail experience and associate business analyst now with a 77% of salary hike. So she was like at a 4.5, now she is at 8 lakh. So like that is amazing. Like for her, getting a 77% of hike is 11 years of experience. Now I'm sure that her salary package will increase to 20 in just 1 or 2 years, because you know how quickly this profession is growing, and it is not a boom, it is something which is a future for sure. Moving ahead, I'll just take another example, another category. He's a fresher, no clue, nothing he knows about the coding, nothing. He's a fresher, but he started his first package with 5 lakh. So if he started with the 5 lakhs, trust me, guys, he will be crossing 20 lakhs in just 3 or 4 years if he will keep on hustling like that. And you can also do the same. So he's totally a fresher and he can achieve 5 lakh. Trust me, guys, you guys are already so much experienced, having a little bit knowledge. You guys have already understood, you have asked a lot of questions. So if he can do, you can do it too. It just need a consistency. As Shailja said, I noted down that point because I personally liked it and I'm going to implement for my life as well. That basics is structure, confidence, plan, and motivation. It is very much important to achieve anything. All right. So here are some success stories. You can check out our YouTube channel, which is Coding Invaders, where we upload all these webinars, and also you will be able to see the reviews, what these students are sharing their words, why they are happy and how they're exactly enjoying. So you can see their videos, you can understand that from which background they are, and you can also able to see yourself into their introduction, because somewhere you will find that their background is also matching with yours. So it will be quite very motivating. So you can see in the YouTube channel, you can go subscribe and get a regular update from us, so that you should be aware that what exactly is happening and how I can get my career thing done accurately. Moving ahead, so here's another example of our student Shivanand. Yeah, he's actually joined EXL, American multinational company, and got a highest pay hike, which is 67%, which is amazing. Like people are getting 10-20% hike, and here people are getting 77, 67, 100% or 200%. Like this is something which is going crazy, because these people are taking the opportunity and taking the decision on the right time. All right, moving ahead, as I told you, the study formats is very, very much practical, because if you want to crack a high paying job, you need to work and you need to polish all those skills. And for that, you need to do a group project. You have the things available. You have an interactive webinar, Q&A session, group projects, career webinar. So, I'll tell you one thing. So don't feel that you need to figure out a time of 2 hours or 3 hours on a daily basis, then only you will be able to do it. No, in just 1 hour daily, that is sufficient. Trust me. Here's another example, as showed you, Amitabh Chaudhary. You can connect with him on a LinkedIn also. You can go and verify as well. He was a program manager. Now he's a data analyst and a lot more. So the reviews are so much. And curriculum, if I'll tell you that why exactly these curriculums are helping us to get the maximum placement. So as Sal just said, that we only need the basics. And here we take a responsibility to get your first job. we are not we are not the one who just spoon food you and promise you to get a data scientist in, just like you'll do this and you will become a data scientist. No, no, no. We help you to learn all those skill set which is at least required to get your job in data analyst, and rest you can do it by yourself, because you are not just like a baby who needs a feeding every time. Everybody, whoever gets a first job, they become experienced and they can you know reach to that particular level. So it's but obvious. So Google Sheet, statistics, SQL, Power BI, Python, the career development part, soft skill part, everything is involved for this job placement. All right, guys. I know you guys are excited. So let me remind you again, the time has came. I have to announce the winner now. Okay. And be ready. You can see in the chat section, still the link is there. If you have not participated yet, please go and enter your details. I'm going to announce the lucky winner. If you have given so much of time, so why don't waste it. It's better you can just you know enter your details, and I'll just announce the winner right in front of you. All right. So just to tell you that what are the basic prices of our courses. So the course price is 11,490 rupees per month, but for the people who are in the webinar, how exactly they're going to benefit from us. So the people who all are here in this webinar, they'll get an the fee waiver benefit, which is valid only for 24 hours, that is by tomorrow. And you can get the same course in this 7,468 per month. It's just a 6.5 months course that can give you an amazing salary hike, which exactly is your dream. Now, for all the people who think that how you can manage it, yes, we pay interest for you, and there's no fees for the openings. There's no interest is involved. Everything is no cost EMI. All right. Even if you want to pay the EMI from the next month, you can do that also. All right. Now the best part is how if you want to reduce fees more, you can invite your friend. You will get the referral bonus of 5,000 as well. That is nice. I mean, like if 2 people are joining, one people can use this referral code, and you will get the 5,000 bonus. That is really amazing. So that's another strategic way. If you have a good friend circle and want to get successful together, then you can utilize this benefit and reduce the cost. That is very easy for you. So these things is also available. Help your friend, and the more you share your knowledge, the more wise you become. All right, moving ahead. So now I'm going to announce the winner. So before I go and announce the winner, I want to stay for a 10 second, and I'll just see that if how many people have registered. And just to give everybody's an opportunity, uh, I I will wait and I'll ask you guys to please go and register, and tell me that it is done so that I can announce the winner. Okay, so I'll just wait for a 10 second, guys. The link is into the comment section. You can see on the top. You can go and register. Okay, that this dialog box will come, and you can register and you can let me know. Once you are done, just comment down, yes, I'm done, I have registered. Then I'll just announce the winner in front of you. Mega is saying thumbs up. So, like Mega, I'm observing that you have a lot of questions and you have waited till the end for this. I hope that you win this particular thing. So, I'll be sharing the screen in front of you, everybody, and maybe you will be the winner. Finger crossed. All right. So let me see how many people have registered. I'll just, guys, we need to be patient so that everybody should get an opportunity. So already more than 180 people have already registered. I'm waiting if we can hit it 200. So the numbers are very increasing. Yes, 20 second more, guys. Please go and hurry up, fill the details, and then I'll just announce the winner in 1 minute itself. Anybody is else left? I guess everybody is ready. Already done. Already done. Already done. Already done. 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 All right. So I'll just start my countdown and I'll just share my screen so that we can take a decision. Okay. So we have 183 people left. Before I start and announce the winner, so there's one question came that when I'll get the participation certificate, of course, by email, you will get it after this session. And just one honest feedback, guys, from you all. Can you just tell me, because we work hard to find out the better guest for you all. If you could just give me honest feedback that how exactly the session was, how exactly I was able to ask the question, were my questions able, helped you all or not. Just give me your feedback in the chat section so that we it will motivate us to bring more guests for you all and help you all. Okay, so your honest feedback is very much required. You can go to the mouthshut or g2.com also to give your reviews, but you can give a feedback about this particular session in this comment section. I'll just see and I'll announce the winner. Meanwhile, I'll just arrange the data and I'll showcase in front of you, and I would want that you can tell me that how exactly this session was, and then I would be more motivated enough to bring more amazing guests. Okay, so session was helpful, informative, and amazing session. Thank you so much, guys, that I made your time worthy enough. Okay, it was helpful and we learned so many things. Okay, we'll make it more. We'll make it more such successful webinars. All right. So without wasting any time, guys, I know you guys are waiting. So let's do it. I'm going to share my screen and I'll use a website which select the random numbers out of the whole numbers. Okay, let's suppose there's 100 people are there, so it will pick up the one, and I will consider him as a winner. Okay, so I'll just show you everything. Okay, so how exactly I will choose. I'm just sharing my screen, guys. Have a look. All right, so I'll just refresh once again. The numbers are increasing, guys. I'm going to choose. If you haven't registered, please go and register. So total 184 people are there. Total 184 people are there in the responses. I'll open. This is the website, guys. Okay, it generates the random number. So I'll put the number 184. 184. Can you see this, guys? Okay, just a second. Let me check. Is it 184 still or it is increased? I just don't want to miss anybody. Otherwise, 184. Okay, so I'm locking 184, guys. Okay, so I'm just locking 184. Nobody else is coming. Forgive me if anybody comes at the end. So I'm locking 184 and done. So I'm going to start, guys. One, two, and three. 130. All right. So 130 is the winner. So let's see who is the winner. But in the comment section, I wanted to see that who feels that is the winner. Can you guys comment and see who feels that you are at 130? Anybody have seen the Excel sheet closely? No one. Okay. So I'm going to open the sheet and I'll see who is at 130. Okay. So 130. So 130. I'm just scrolling the sheet so that people are moving their head like this and that. I know I'm just playing with you. So 130, Rehan JR, and your email ID is Rehan Jamadar3 at the rate gmail.com. So Rehan, are you here? You are the winner of free this premium course for free. Rehan, can you hear me? Can you just say hi in the comment section? You are the winner of this particular premium course, and our counselor will be contacting you and will be putting you in our job guarantee batch. Rehan is here. He said hello. Rehan, you can make a noise by giving a huge word on the chat section. You are the winner of this particular contest, guys. That's amazing. Rehan is the winner, guys. Like Rehan is enjoying. Like he's so happy. Thank you so much. Rehan, can you just comment down what exactly your qualification background is so that I can see that how you can fulfill your dream? What is your communication qualification background, Rehan? Can you just type it down? Meanwhile, guys, to all the people who have waited till the end, still you have an opportunity. The offers are there for the next 24 hours. You can utilize and you can tell your counselor that you are into the webinar, you have this particular thing available, and you attended this webinar. You can get this benefit, the extra discount, the extra fee waiver. Go, guys, and get a job guarantee badge, check your eligibility, interact with the counselor, and get the things done. And to all the people who have waited, you also get a participation certificate in your email. And by tomorrow, you all will also, if you are fine, you all will also get a call from the counselors. You can tell if you're, wanted to enroll. So Rehan is a mechanical engineer with 5-year experience as a design engineer. Wow. So you can see he's from a non-IT background. He's going to change his life for sure. All the best, Rehan. Our counselor will contact you soon, and maybe he will be calling you in just 1 or 2 hours, or maybe by tomorrow. But be active, please. He will be calling you sooner, I'm sure. All right, guys, you all are eligible for the offer. You are still eligible for a job guarantee badge, and the offer is for 24 hours by tomorrow. Hurry up. Link is into the chat section. Go register. If you want to interact with me for more details about the courses or anything, I'm always available on LinkedIn. I'm very much active on LinkedIn. You can connect me on LinkedIn also. I can connect with the counselor. Here's my link of the LinkedIn. You can see in the chat section. You guys can go and ask me a question. If you have any better guest, if you have some feedback about me, how I'm doing the webinar, or if it was useful or not, anything, open your heart and ask me. If you want help in data analytics, I'm happy to help you out, guys. So all the questions that you want to ask or interact, or any guest you want me to bring, you can just give me suggestions in my DM. Here's my LinkedIn link. Rest, everybody, thank you so much for giving your time in the weekdays. I hope this session was useful. Thank you so much. The offers are for 24 hours. Don't miss it for a job guarantee batch. And Rehan, good luck. And see you guys. Everybody will be getting a participation certificate. We will be soon back with another webinar. But wish you luck, guys. And thank you so much for giving us your time. Bye bye.